Good afternoon, world. It's like 4 o'clock. I hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday about what? About Kevin Feige, obviously. I guarantee you all you guys are shocked. Holy shit, you're a fucking genius. And I know if Kevin Feige has 2 years left in his contract, it would make sense you want to leave Marvel with a bang, obviously, before he leaves. Yeah. I'm eating food. Yeah, I'm eating my Dinty's food because I'm fucking hungry. I'm eating my burger and onion rings, but later on tonight I'm gonna get pizza because I'm fucking hungry. Yeah. So yeah, Dinty's was fucking busy, man. Was busy, man, yeah. I ended at 3:30. I was stressed out. I washed dishes, I think, for 2. I went on break at 12:30. I washed dishes until 3. I didn't have my next break until like 3:15. There was a lot of dishes out to wash. It was crazy. So I got the food's really good, man. Yeah. Good burger. Do you like this burger, Ivan? Yes, I do, but it's not the best in number, right? Like, I prefer Snack Shack over Dinty's. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't see Kevin Feige leaving. I beg to differ, man. I think once his contract's up, he's out of there because I guarantee you Warner will be throwing Kevin Feige offers when his contract's done. They're going to throw him offers, man. I guarantee they're going to tell him to help run their DC. And if they give him that offer, Kevin Feige's out of Marvel, man. Because he knows Marvel's in a mess. You know. He knows. Marvel's in a mess. It's tough to fix it, obviously, right? Yeah. This burger's really good. Ivan, Denise is not your favorite burger? No, it's not. It's up there for me. Maybe my 3rd or 4th best, but it's not my favorite number. Yeah. John Cameron, Rob Ivan, yeah, you're smart. If Kevin Feige plans to leave, he wants to leave Marvel in a healthier position. Yeah, he wants to repair some of the damage that was done to the brand before he ends his tenure at Marvel. Like, duh. So the two Avengers movies are like, I don't know, 1.3, 1.5 million hits. The company made money. He won some of the fats back, and now Marvel's in a healthier position for the next president who steps in. Does that make sense? Or his plan is to stay, but I highly doubt he'll stay. As even if the Avengers movies make a lot of money, Marvel still has baggage, and I don't think Kevin Feige wants to be stressed out trying to rebuild his brand that's in a mess right now. It has baggage right now, right? Because even after Avengers, Marvel still has baggage. Because you have the multiverse nonsense going on, and they're in a tough spot. I'm sorry? Yeah. Yeah. You think Disney will throw Kevin Feige big offers? They might, or they might tell him to step down. If every movie's flopping until the Avengers movie, I don't think Disney might not extend Kevin Feige. They might just tell him to step down as president of Marvel, or they might tell Kevin, okay, Kevin, we'll bring in guys to come help you out. We can fix this. Obviously, yeah. You see, if nobody offers Kevin Feige's any offers, I can see Kevin Feige staying, but there's no way Kevin Feige will not be on the open market in Hollywood, man. Like, once his contract's up, a lot of companies are going to be throwing him a lot of offers. They're going to want him to run their division and everything, because he had a big part to play in building the most successful franchise IP in movie history. That's why they're all going to want to get their hands on Kevin Feige, and I guarantee he'll land about Warner Bros. Wow. Because he's good friends with James Gunn. He's also good friends with Alan Horn. And those guys are at Warner Bros. Right now. And David Zaslav told Kevin Feige, hey, we want you to help run our DC thing. And Kevin Feige jumped ship. Yeah, I'd rather help build that DCU than try to fix my Marvel mess, right? Marvel has too much baggage right now. Yeah. Sarah? So if you don't see Kevin Feige staying, no. He's not going to stay. Don't forget, he's been with Marvel for almost 20 years, right? I think he'd want to like explore his career and move on to greener pastures in his career, right? He's been with Marvel for almost 20 years. I think he wants to explore his career and do something else. And I don't think he wants to be stressed out trying to fix the Marvel mess, the Marvel downfall mess of Phases 4 and 5. I don't think Kevin Feige wants to fix that, man. Yeah. It's tough to fix it, right? Even if Avengers makes money, Kevin Feige knows the Marvel brand sells baggage. He now has to build upon that, but like what story? There's only so many stories you can tell. Obviously. Yeah. I think Marvel has also exhausted a lot of their storytelling ideas because they made so many movies. And the first few phases were gold, they were so good. In Phases 4 and 5 it went downhill. Like what story are you gonna tell after Avengers? It's tough. They're in a tough position, right? Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna wash my hands. Back in a sec. Yeah. Sarah? John Kerry, Robert M. Life, man, you're a genius, man. Yeah, you know your shit. Yeah, I know my shit, man. Yeah. I'm qualifying. If Kevin Feige wants to leave, I'm not saying that he will, but if he wants to leave, I figure it out. Yeah, he wants to end it off with a bang with the two Avengers movies, Secret Wars and Doomsday. He wants to leave the Marvel brand in a healthier position before he leaves. As no president wants to leave their failing brand in a bad position. They want to leave it in a healthier position. They want to repair some damage before they leave. It's common sense, duh. That's why he wants to end it off with a bang. Yeah. Disney made money. He won back some of the fans, and now the brand's in a healthier position, but if Disney tries to extend it, I don't think Kevin Feige's staying, man. Trust me, if Kevin Feige gets that call from Warner Bros., he's out of there. I don't think he's staying at Marvel. Because Kevin Feige is not Superman. He knows the DC brand is fresh. It's in a much better position than his Marvel. His Marvel brand has passed its expiration date. If that makes any sense, right? It's past its expiration date. Yeah. Yeah, even John Harron, Robert, yeah, even it passed. Yeah, the Marvel brand has passed its expiration date. Yeah. After phase 3, the brand went downhill. Only 5 movies made money, and the rest flopped, obviously. And I'm telling you right now, my Fantastic Four will not be a $1 million hit. That movie will be lucky to make $500, $600 at the box office. Probably break even. That movie, a $600 million hit, Fantastic Four will make. It will not be a $1 million hit, man. Marvel has too much baggage right now. Yeah. As I heard, Thunderbolts is a really good movie, yet that movie still flopped. So even if Marvel puts out good movies, it doesn't really make a difference. The brand has baggage right now. Just like the DCU had that same situation. Even though they put out some pretty good movies, the brand had baggage. The fans didn't really resonate with DC. They had to reboot the whole thing. As The Flash was actually a good movie. Even though The Flash is the only movie where I didn't really mind the multiverse. They went into the multiverse for Flash 2. But The Flash was actually a good movie. I love that movie. That was a good movie. That movie flopped, though. Yeah, it flopped. I heard Shazam was good, too. I never saw Shazam, but I heard Shazam was really good, too. Shazam flopped. Yeah. Ivan, what's your favorite movie in the old DCU? Probably Man of Steel. Man of Steel is my favorite movie. I love Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel more than Wonder Woman. I like it more than Justice League. No, Zack Snyder's Justice League, I give that the edge over Man of Steel. Zack Snyder's Justice League, I love. That was good. But the theatrical cut, Joss Whedon's cut, I didn't like as much as Man of Steel. Obviously. Right now, Marvel's in that same position. They have baggage. The fans are just not resonating well with Marvel. Marvel has a lot of superhero fatigue. That's why I believe once Secret Wars is done, Kevin Feige is out of there, as Warner Bros. Will guarantee be throwing him offers when his contract's up. Guaranteed, man. You really think David Zaslav's not going to throw Kevin Feige offers to run his film division and help build that DC thing? Of course he will, man. And he's good friends with James Gunn. And James Gunn will be like, yeah, David, I'd love to have Kevin Feige help us build this thing. Yeah, he built the MCU. He had a big part to play in building the 3 phases of the MCU in its glory days. I want this to be, the DC thing to be huge. And the DC thing has potential to be huge. Just as big as Kevin Feige's MCU in phases 1, 2, 3. It has that potential if everything's done right. If everything's not done right, it probably won't be as big. I'm pretty sure Warner Bros. Wants this thing to be huge. They want it to be like Kevin Feige's MCU, right? In its glory days, yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kevin Feige didn't fuck up. It's not his fault. Yes, it is, man. I don't mean to be rude. Even though he's Kevin Feige and he's the best producer in Hollywood right now, he's still what? He's still human. He's not invincible. He knows he fucked up and he made an error. He let go of what? The Ike. Yeah, Ike. That's his name. Rob Mayburnett and Jonathan Nolan. Rob Mayburnett and John Cameron talking about Ike. Yeah, the Ike guy, not Mike. Ike. The Ike guy. Yeah, he ran a Marvel division. He was what? He was part of Kevin Feige's checks and balances. There are also other guys who were keeping Kevin Feige in check for the first few phases. That's why the first 2 phases were in his core days. But I think Kevin Feige had an ego. He didn't like those guys. I think he asked Bob Iger to get rid of them after Endgame. He got cocky, and then once he got rid of them, everything went to shit after that. And phases 4 and 5 went downhill. Some Sarah. And I think Kevin Feige dug himself in a hole so deep he can't get out of. I think he just wants to cut his losses, fix a bit of the damage, and just get the fuck out of there. Yeah. Repair a little bit of the damage and then leave. That way he leaves the brand in a healthier position. But even though Kevin Feige is leaving the brand in a healthier position, the next president who steps in if he leaves is in a tough position, right? Because the Marvel brand will still have baggage even after the Avengers movies. It will. It'll still have baggage, right? Yeah. It's like, even though the old DCU had baggage, Aquaman made $1 billion back in 2019, 2018 when it got released. Obviously. And then after that, the movies kept flopping after that. So just because you have a big success doesn't necessarily mean you fix a bit of the damage, but you still have to make good movies. You have to plan everything well, yeah. So I think Kevin just wants to fix a little bit of the damage by making the company money and having the company be in a little bit of a healthy position and get the fuck out of there, man. Because I don't think Kevin Feige can fix the mess that he created for Phases 4 and 5. It's tough to fix that, especially when you go into the multiverse nonsense. It's very, very tough to fix that, right? It's very, very tough to fix that, yeah. Some Sarah? It's very, very tough to fix that. That's my point. Ramen and John Caviar, and I agree there. If Kevin Feige wants to leave, it will make sense why he wants to end it off with a bang. Yeah, he wants to end it off with his 2 Avengers movies. Doomsday and Secret Wars. If he has 2 years left in his contract, that means his contract is over in 2027. That's the year when Secret Wars comes out. And I figured it out, yeah. Kevin Feige, if he wants to leave, he wants to end off his career at Marvel with a bang. With a big hit. That way he protects his legacy. He protects his legacy, obviously. Will Kevin Feige's legacy be damaged? A little bit. Like, everyone will remember him as a legend, as one of the most successful producer in movie history, who had a big part, a big part to play in building the MCU in the first 3 phases. But nobody will forget what happened after the post Endgame era. In Phases 4 and 5, the Marvel brand went downhill. Most of the movies flopped, and most of the shows are flopping too. Most of the fans are not resonating well with the shows either, as most of the Marvel shows are not that good, right? Yeah, the only shows I liked, Loki I didn't like. Loki was not bad, but I didn't like the whole Loki. They went into the multiverse with the TVA bullshit nonsense. I didn't like that. Obviously, Wonder Woman, WandaVision, I didn't care for that. I didn't watch that. But I know WandaVision, they go into the multiverse too. How she becomes Scarlet Witch and everything. Because I heard to understand multiverse of magic, you gotta watch WandaVision. And WandaVision, they do go into the multiverse, I believe. And you get the story. I don't know the full story, but I think it's how she becomes Scarlet Witch. You know how in multiverse of magic, she's Scarlet Witch? Yeah, she's evil? Yeah. Obviously. But I heard WandaVision was pretty good, but I didn't watch WandaVision. Yeah. Ivan, what's your favorite Marvel show in Phases 4 and 5? My favorite show was Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was my favorite one. Falcon and Winter Soldier was my favorite one. Then my second favorite is Hawkeye. Then my third favorite, probably Miss Marvel. Yeah. She-Hulk was not that good. She-Hulk was not bad. It had its moments, but even She-Hulk wasn't that good, right? The attorney at law, yeah, the attorney at law thing, I didn't really like that show either. It started out pretty strong with her brother and everything, you know what I'm saying? And it went downhill after that. That's my point. So I'm saying? Moon Knight, I didn't like that much either. It started out pretty strong, and after that, I didn't like it. Moon Knight, I didn't like either. And I heard Echo and Secret Invasions are terrible. Those are terrible shows. Yeah, even the Marvel shows not resonating well with the fans. I heard Ironheart was mediocre at best. Wonder Man, I don't think will make a difference either. That probably won't resonate that well with the fans. Like right now, the Marvel brand's in a mess, and Kevin Feige knows. I think he just wants to end off with a bang after Secret Wars and get the fuck out of there. Because I think he knows it's tough to fix this mess. The mess of Phases 4 and 5. It's very tough to fix that, man. Trust me, man. If I was a producer in Hollywood, and I built the most successful, I don't know, IP franchise in history, obviously, I had a big part to play in building the most successful IP franchise in history, and my brand went to shit. I knew my contract was up, obviously. I would also want to end it off with a bang. Okay, fix some of the damage, make the company a little bit of money, have the brand be in a little bit of a healthier position. I'm out of there. I would cut my losses and leave. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to drop your ego, let go of your ego, just cut your losses and just leave, man. That's the best thing to do sometimes. Just cut your losses and leave. Yeah. Obviously. But Bob Iger might really convince Kevin Feige, you know, Kevin, we can fix this. Like Avengers, Secret Wars, and you know what I'm saying? Doomsday, they made a lot of money. We can fix this, Kevin. I can bring in some Marvel guys to help you out. We can fix this, Kevin. And if Warner Bros. Throws Kevin Feige that offer to run their film division and help build the DC, Kevin Feige's out of there, man. He's not going to stay at Marvel. Sorry, Bob, man. I'm jumping ship to Marvel, to DC, to Warner Bros. DC, man. They're in a much better position. I've been with Marvel for almost 20 years. I think I want to explore another path in my career. You might tell Bob Iger that, but Bob Iger might be desperate. He might throw Kevin Feige a bowl of money. I think Kevin Feige will still decline. Even though Disney has deeper pockets than Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Has a safer guarantee for the performance box office points for Kevin Feige. There's a high chance their movies should be averaging probably $1 billion too. Supergirl can be $1 billion. Brave and the Bold and Wonder Woman will be easy. Wonder Woman will be easy $1 billion hits. They can easily give Kevin Feige get 15, 20 million of the box office points for each of the movies. Whereas Disney can pay him a bit more for his salary because they have deeper pockets, but they don't have that guarantee for the box office because the Marvel movies are not producing profits right now in the box office. They're all flopping and breaking even. As Bob Iger doesn't really have that guarantee for Kevin Feige. John Carey Robert as Ivan, that's smart. Yeah, I can, that could happen. Yeah, Ivy, know your shit. That's not my shit, guys. Not my shit. Don't hate him, son. Yeah. Sarah? So, Ivan, if you know you fucked up with an IP when you had a big part to play in building its success and it went downhill, yeah, if that happened to me, if I had 2 years left in my contract, I'd want to end it off with a bang. Okay, before I leave, it's tough to fix this mess. I want to just end it off with a bang, make the company a little bit of money, have the next president be in a little bit of a healthier position, I'm out of here. Like, fix a little bit of the damage, cut your losses, and just get the fuck out of there, man. That's what a smart businessman would do, obviously, right? Kevin Feige's not stupid. Yeah. Ivan, he'll stay, man. I highly doubt that, man. Do you really think Kevin Feige wants to be in the office every day stressed out, trying to fix a failing franchise? I don't think he wants to have that stress. If Warner Bros. offers him that throws him a bowl of money, I think Kevin Feige's out of there, man. I don't think he's staying at Marvel. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. And if he does, I'll be shocked if he stays. The only way I can see him staying is if, like, Disney throws him a boatload of money. Money he can't refuse. But I think Warner Bros. Can easily compete with Disney's offer. because they can give Kevin Feige performance box office points for some of the DC movies. Disney doesn't have that guarantee for Kevin Feige because all the Marvel movies are losing money, so they have better guarantee for his salary. Like Disney might offer Kevin Feige maybe $25 million yearly salary, whereas Warner Bros. Might be able to pay maybe $17 million a year, but they can give him $15-20 million of the film profits for the movies. So Kevin Feige's making more money, right? That's my point. Yeah. For the DC movies, if he goes to Warner Bros. Kevin Feige. I love your Kevin Feige videos, I know. I guarantee even Kevin Feige loves my videos. Yeah, your videos are sick, I know. Yeah, Ivan, how did you know? Like, part of what you're saying is true. Like, I kind of do have an exit plan. Yeah, Kevin Feige obviously has an exit plan. He's not stupid, right? Yeah. You think what you're saying is true? I think there is some truth to what I'm saying. I think Kevin Feige's not stupid. He knows his contract is almost up. He's obviously going to explore his options when his contract is up, when other companies offer him money, obviously. Like, duh. And I guarantee you, if Warner Bros. Throws him offers, he's out of there, man. I don't think he's staying at Marvel because he knows the Marvel brand's in a mess. It's tough to fix that multiverse nonsense mess, right? It's very tough to fix that. It's tough. Like, it's very tough. Even John Cameron, Robin, and it's very tough for Kevin Feige to fix his Marvel mess. Yeah, it's tough to fix that, man. Especially the multiverse stuff, it's very, very tough to fix that. It's tough to fix. Yeah. And that's assuming Doomsday is a good movie, right? Because Doomsday might not be that great of a movie. Because I'm scared that the Russo brothers and Stephen McFeely and all of them and Kevin Feige, they might play around a little too much with the multiverse. And if you do that, your story could be silly, gimmicky, and you could ruin your story. I hope they don't play around with it too much like they did with the Multiverse of Madness, right? Yeah. Because I know there is multiverse in Doomsday, as how are they going to bring Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom when they killed him off as Iron Man in Endgame? I know how they bring him back. They bring him back through the multiverse, obviously, from another universe. I hope they don't play around with the silly multiverse stuff too much. Otherwise, you can affect the quality of your story. You can ruin your movie, man. And so you got to be careful about that stuff, right? So I pray to God Doomsday doesn't have too much of that multiverse silly nonsense in it. Too much of it. Because I guarantee there's too much of it. Even Robert May Burnett and John Cameron will not like the movie. Yeah, I didn't like that movie. They went too much into the multiverse. It was a bit confusing. Yeah, too much of the multiverse can downgrade the quality of your story. Yeah. Like, Doctor Strange is the exception because Doctor Strange is what? Like, that's part of his power, right? Like, Doctor Strange has power, like to put people in different places, different universes and everything. So that's the exception for Doctor Strange. But I hope Doomsday is not like that. I hope they don't lean too much into the silly multiverse nonsense for Doomsday. Otherwise, that can ruin the story. You could piss off a lot of fans. You can piss off John Cameron, Robert Burnett. If you do that, they won't like the movie if you lean too much into the gimmicky, silly, multiverse nonsense. For Doomsday. I hope they don't do that, right? Crossing my fingers. And I hope the DCU doesn't go into the multiverse like it did with Flash. I recommend James Gunn stay away from the multiverse with your DC universe. You can ruin your story, man. Just tell good stories. I think Kevin Feige learned his lesson from Phases 4 and 5. If you guys go into the multiverse and your brand goes downhill, remember that Ivan Amara told you stay away from the multiverse. And James Gunn's not stupid. Yeah, I know. Kevin Feige learned his lesson. Yeah, Kevin Feige learned his lesson from Phases 4 and 5. The multiverse thing is not working for his Marvel brand, and hence why I recommend DC stays away from that in their franchise. Just tell good stories, man. Stay away from the multiverse nonsense. You can ruin your story. They went into the multiverse for Flash. Even though I like the Flash, obviously, the multiverse stuff I don't like, man. Because anything can happen. It's lazy, cheap writing, right? Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. So, Sarah? Yeah, but Ivan, Kevin Feige, he planned out phase 6 and 7. Yeah, even though he planned out phase 6 and 7, it doesn't mean he won't explore his options, right? Because I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige does have that thought in his mind. Yeah, I might leave. I want to leave, man. I just want to end this thing off with a bang. Set up phases 6 and 7 for Marvel for the next president and leave and get the fuck out of here, man. Because the Marvel Disney brand is in a mess. The whole Disney brand is in a mess right now. As all what? Like every what? All like I feel bad for Bob Iger. Bob Iger must be under extreme stress because all his movies are just losing money, man. Over the past couple years, I think only a few of his movies made money. Like all his movies are flopping. Yeah, it's bad, man. 2023, most of the Disney movies flopped. You had a big one with Barbie that made a lot of money. 2024, I'm not. You had Deadpool Wolverine, obviously, and this year all the Disney movies have been flopping. All the Marvel's movie flop. All the Marvel movie flops. Elio, I believe, is a Disney movie that flopped. Yeah, Disney's Star Wars brand's in a mess. Their Marvel brand's in a mess. Their animation is even in a mess. Or even their animation movies are losing money. And even their live action movies are losing money. Like Snow White was a terrible movie. The movie lost money because it wasn't great. It was a terrible movie. With the Rachel chick, I saw it like a month ago. I didn't like it. It was terrible. That's why Bob Iger must be under a lot of stress right now. Because his Disney brand's in a mess. His Marvel brand's in a mess. His Star Wars brand's in a mess. Even his animation brand, his animation division's in a mess. His live action division's in a mess too. Yeah. Zootopia 2's coming out this year. So that's one big winner for Disney this year. You have Zootopia. Zootopia will be a product. Zootopia should probably be an easy $1 billion hit. Or maybe $800, $900 million hit maybe. But I think Zootopia 2 should be an easy $1 billion hit, obviously. Because the fans love the first one made $1 billion. The second one should make its easy billion. So if that's a hit, that's Disney's only win this year, right? Zootopia 2. Obviously. Yeah. The only big animation hit for Disney last year, I think, was Moana 2. Moana 2, I think, hit $1 billion, I believe, right? Moana 2 was not that good. The first one was better than the second one. I saw the second one. The first one was much better than the second one, obviously. I liked it better than the second one, obviously, but yeah. Yeah, the Disney brand's in a mess right now, man. Star Wars in a mess, Marvel's in a mess. The animation division's even a mess. Like most of the movies are flopping too. And their live action stuff's in a mess too. Yeah. They made Snow White this year, that flopped. The last live action movie they made was Cinderella. I believe in 2023, that flopped. But Cinderella was not bad. I was actually pretty good. I liked it more than Snow White, right? Snow White was terrible, whereas Cinderella was not bad. It was pretty good, but that movie still flopped, obviously. Back in 2023, it flopped, man. And I saw the movie, it flopped. Yeah. Wish flopped. That came out last year, I believe. It flopped. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Kevin Feige's not stupid. He knows the Disney brand's in a mess. He might jump ship and run the fuck away from Disney Marvel, and he ends up at Warner Bros. Help running the DCU. Because right now Warner Bros. Is doing pretty good. Like Sinners I think made $400 or $500 million. That movie was profitable. You have Superman that can be potentially profitable, $800 million. Like Warner Bros. is in a much better position with their films than Disney right now. They're doing better than Disney right now, right? Than Disney, yeah. Obviously. So I'm saying, huh? They're doing better than Disney, right? Whereas Disney, all their movies are flopping, man. They're all flopping, yeah. That's why I feel bad for Bob Iger. He must be under extreme stress. Bob Iger. Bob Iger stepped down as CEO, but he came back to replace Bob Chapek. But even though he came back to replace Bob Chapek for Disney, obviously, like, yeah, he improved Disney a little bit, but the Disney brand's still in a mess, right? Like a lot of the movies and everything are flopping, right? Even under his leadership, it's been flopping, man. Since his leadership, I think he came in 2022. I think the Disney brand has not really improved much. A lot of his movies have been flopping, obviously. For Bob Iger's Disney company, obviously, don't hate Bob Iger. I'm saying, yeah, that's why Bob Iger must be stressed out. Because a lot of his movies are flopping, obviously. The Hollywood business is a tough business, right? It's not an easy business, obviously. That's why everything's easy for me and VJ, because me and VJ have the keys when we start Sky Entertainment. Me and VJ have the keys to the kingdom. We don't have to worry about always losing money. We have the keys to the kingdom. Yeah. Yeah, but Ivan, why don't you do a thing where you, like, I don't know, you take $1 billion of your money and you invest like $100 million into 10 movies. That way you give the Hollywood actors an opportunity for the Hollywood actors to have more jobs for your company. I could do that, but if I do that, I can perhaps lose some of my money. I'll make some of my money and lose some of my money. Obviously, because the Hollywood actors are not guaranteed box office draws like me and VJ. Like a lot of them can sell their movies pretty well, but a lot of their movies are also flops. So I don't want to take that risk and invest $1 billion into 10 $100 million budget movies. I don't know, 5 of my movies make money, the other 5 break even or lose money. It's risky. So for me and VJ to protect our investment, we have to be the face of the movie to protect our investment. We have to be in the movie. That's the main important thing. As long as VJ or me in the movie, I don't have to worry about losing my money. Because me and VJ are God, we're special, we have the keys. Whereas these Hollywood actors, even though they're big, don't hate me guys, I'm saying they're big Hollywood stars, they're not me and VJ, and they don't have that guaranteed box office draw. Because even though all these big A-listers in Hollywood, a lot of them, their movies make a lot of money for the companies and everything, they also have quite a bit of flops too. So they're not guaranteed box office draws like me and VJ. Obviously. But they can make me and VJ money, obviously, but even if they can make me and VJ money, it's not the money that me and VJ are making from our movies. And they can also lose me and VJ money. Because the truth is, the fans, even though they're big Hollywood stars, if me and VJ do a movie, the fans are mainly excited to see my movie, not their movies. Some of the fans will watch it, but there's a little bit of risk there. I could lose some of my money. That's why I'm not doing that. I also have to hire like thousands of employees for 10 movies. It's crazy. I also have to pay the Hollywood actors less money. But having $100 million budget, I now have to reduce their salary. Obviously, and I also have to lower. I also have to lower their film profit amount too. Obviously, but I told you if I did do like 10 $100 million budget movies, and that's more jobs for Hollywood actors. For the Hollywood actors would get performance-based points. It's not guaranteed because look, man, if the movie doesn't make any money, you're not going to see any box office points. That'll be my deal. Whereas for my movie, I can guarantee the actors the points because I know as long as me and VJ in the movie, we also have the keys. We're gonna make our billions. I can guarantee the Hollywood actors they're gonna get their money because me and VJ are God, and we know we're gonna make our billions off our movie. The Hollywood actors, you don't really have that guarantee. It's a performance-based royalty check off the film profits. That's how it works, right? Even in Hollywood, the actors get performance-based film profits. Because the actors are not guaranteed box office draws. What does guaranteed box office draw mean? It means that a Hollywood actor can't 100% guarantee you that that movie will make money. They don't have that 100% guarantee. Obviously, even if a lot of the movies are very successful, they don't have that 100% guarantee the movie will make money. Whereas me and Peter, we have that 100% guarantee. They don't have that guarantee because they're not special like us. Don't hate us and saying, yeah. Sarah? And that's where all the Hollywood actors want to work for me. Because they know as long as they're in my movie, their career feels like it's worth a lot. And they know they feel they have stability. They don't have to worry about the movie losing money, the movie flopping, the movie breaking even. They know they're guaranteed going to get their paycheck because me and Reeves are going to make our billions off our movie. They have that stability. It's a good feeling, obviously. Whereas when they go back to Hollywood, they have that risk. A little bit of the risk, obviously, right? The movie could break even, it could lose money, it can make money. It's risky. They don't have the keys like me and BJ, right? They're not special like us. Yeah. Don't hate them, son. Yeah. Yeah. Who's there? Yeah, but right, there's Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, even though Dwayne Johnson, most of his movies make money, obviously, Dwayne Johnson also has quite a bit of flops in his career too, obviously, right? Yeah, like even Dwayne Johnson's not a box office guarantee. But Dwayne Johnson is a safer bet, obviously, than a lot of the Hollywood actors. Because he has a lot of icons. He can sell his movies very well. Obviously, Dwayne Johnson. As a lot of his movies made a lot of money, but even he has flops in his career in his career too. So that's my point. They're not 100% guaranteed box office draws. Because they're not special like me and Legion. They're not God like us, and they don't have the keys like us, obviously. Don't hate us and say, yeah. Which goes back to the Kevin Feige topic. DC has a safer guarantee for Kevin Feige's performance box office points. Disney does not have that guarantee. Doesn't have as safe of a guarantee because right now all their Marvel movies are losing money. As Bob Iger knows that, hence why they can pay him more for his salary, Kevin Feige, but they can't guarantee him the box office points for the movie, right? Because I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige, in his glory days, he probably got a piece of some of the Marvel movies. Some of them, right? He got a piece of it. That's what made him so rich. But once Phase 4 and 5 went downhill, Kevin Feige didn't see any money because his movies are all flopping, right? They're all losing money. Yeah, don't hate him, Kevin Feige. I'm saying, yeah, they're all losing money. John Kerry Robert, Ivan, that's smart, yeah. DC, Warner Bros. Has that safer guarantee for Kevin Feige over Marvel, yeah, for the box office points. Whereas Disney, they can pay Kevin Feige probably more for his salary because they have deeper pockets. They can pay Kevin Feige maybe his 23, 24 million a year. Because my guess, Kevin Feige makes maybe his 17 to 20 million a year as president of Marvel around there. Or he probably makes around that range, right? 17 million, 18 million, 20 million a year around there he makes for president of Marvel. And that's probably how much Warner Bros. Will offer him to run the film division with Alan Horn. But they can give him box office performance points. Whereas Disney doesn't really have that guarantee because the Marvel movies are not seeing a return in profit. You guys what I'm saying? Shut this camera, guys. You guys will see me on my show part 2. Don't hate him, son.